Okay guys, I'm here today with Dima Murovanni. Huge honor for me. First time here in Boston in the studio, Dima.
Yeah, very happy to be here. I was watching BJJ Fanatics since 1 year after I started Jiu-Jitsu, and now I'm here.
There you go. No, that's awesome. And guys, for those who doesn't know Dima, he's one of the most trending Jiu-Jitsu coaches nowadays. And he's from Europe, from Germany. And which makes it, I think it makes you even more different, because I think you're the first like coach of this very high level athletes coming from Europe that's succeeding. And Dima led the B team on the CJI of last year, and you were always coaching like Joseph Chang, all these big names, right, Dima? That's kind of how you started your coaching career, right?
Yes, I would say my coaching career started because of Joseph Chang's amazing performance.
On the ADCC trials, right?
On the ADCC trials, exactly. I helped him prepare for the trials, so I did the camp with him. And then afterwards, I helped B team. And this is pretty much where most people know me of. So, yeah.
Yeah, and guys, Dima is a jiu-jitsu nerd, so he studies every single concept of jiu-jitsu and this and that. And today he's going to teach us here how to master the footlock mechanics and pretty much how to destructure the footlock mechanics. And you guys will see that he has some very interesting concepts about the footlock and that you can apply for other moves as well. And I love it what you said earlier, that one technique leads you to one technique. One concept leads you to dozens or hundreds of techniques. So
exactly.
that was very good. But can you share with the audience the footlock that you were showing it?
Yeah, so first of all, exactly. So in my belief, if you teach one technique, you have one technique, right? But if someone is pretty good, you can figure out this technique in about 1 second, right? But if you understand what you want to achieve, now you don't need to memorize things, go technique against technique. Now you will look for what you want to achieve and you will figure out on your own. So let's look at terms of breaking mechanics, okay? Because I have a little footlock system, we call it the P.E.D footlock system. And it's not really about how I do the footlock or so on, but can I use my lower body to actually break Bernardo's leg? So what most people will do, they will try to use their upper body. And even in the highest level, you will see people cranking and doing all of this stuff. You will maybe tap your 60-year-old training partner that has to go to work tomorrow, but you will definitely not tap a world champion in ADCC final, okay? So in order to tap this world champion, you really need to move the area, the rest of the area, away from the targeted area, okay? So, first of all, let's talk about upper body breaking mechanics. That's what most people do, just so you guys understand what we are doing. A lot of people are looking at what's the best grip. Is it the shotgun grip? Is it the just fist-to-fist grip? Is it the grip on the elbow? It doesn't really matter. The only thing that matters is that you cover all of the 4 sides of your attacking area. Why? Because I want to unweight the area that I want to break. So if Bernardo can move his foot up, yeah, exactly. It means the area is not unweighted. It means he can put weight into it. He can put strength into it. The same idea if he stands. If he would stand on this leg, there would be so much weight that it would be hard for me to break it. So, in order to unweight it, the only thing that I do, I have a loose arm so I can move around my partner like an anaconda. Okay, so for example, I could bring my shoulder back and now I could cover the inside by pushing it into my rib cage. So now you will see, all of the 4 sides are covered. It doesn't matter if I use a figure 4. It doesn't matter if I use a fist-to-fist grip. It doesn't matter if I go elbow to hand. The only thing that matters is that I can somehow cover all of the 4 sides. And now you have to be creative. Because sometimes Bernardo will get his leg out slightly, okay? You can attack the Aoki, but in my opinion from here, if he just puts his knee to the ground and performs a knee slip, just push your, yeah, exactly, the Aoki is gone. So, if you want to continue with the footlock, the only thing that you have to do is cover the inside. So how do you cover the inside? We can be creative. We can do dumb shit, like putting the fist into it. So now I cover all of the 4 sides, okay? I made this up on the spot. This is not even a real technique. It's just the understanding. Me, for example, I prefer to turn with my chest into the inside. So now we cover all of the 4 sides again, okay? And you see, this is already a good breaking mechanic with the upper body because we are unweighting the targeted area, okay? If you want to break the inside, you need to unweight the inside. If you want to break the outside, you need to unweight the outside. So it doesn't really matter where his feet will turn. But now we will look at the more important thing. the lower body breaking mechanics. And I think this is what separates world champions footlockers from normal footlockers. They are using the lower body. So now to demonstrate the lower body, I will have a very shitty grip. So if I try to tap Bernardo here, it will be very hard because I'm not able to unweight the area. Okay? If you're super, super strong, maybe you can unweight the shin bone, but I'm not as strong as Bernardo. So I will use my lower body. So look at this. What most people do with the lower body, they are pretty much just hipping in. So they're hipping in with the hip, and maybe I can tap my partner, but not really. So ask yourself, why are you hipping in? If people come to me and tell me, Dima, I can't finish a footlock, I try to use my lower body. So I ask, what are you doing exactly? And they are like, I'm just trying to use my lower body. What are you doing there? This is the question. So what I do with my lower body, I move the area of his leg away from the pinned area. That's the only thing that I do. So let's explain this example with my hands. Imagine I pin down Bernardo's foot on the mat. If I now can use anything, my hands, my legs, whatever, to move his leg away, look, his feet will move with the leg. And if I can actually pin it here, this is the break that we create. If your partner is not tapping there, the foot is gone. So this is what I want to achieve. And one way of achieving this is using the legs as hands. So if I have my feet on the hip, now I can fall on my tricep. And in order to use my legs, me personally, I want to have as much inches here as possible. So I shrimp away and I pinch my knee line on his knee line. You guys see, the more my knee is on his knee line, the more inches I gain to actually make his leg move away further. So the only thing that I do here, because my weight is on the tricep, I'm pinching my knees together and now I make his leg move like I did with my hands. Look what will happen.
Yeah, man, it's super, super, super tight.
We have a tap right here. So now, in order to test it, if you're successful, you can just look how far you could go. So Bernardo tapped here. This is the break that you would create with a bad upper body grip. Okay? So ask yourself, why are you doing the moves? Not how to do the move. If you ask yourself how to do the move, you will just try to make it work against everybody and then your progress will take way longer. Try to understand what the goal is. What are you achieving? Which skill are you improving on? And now that we understand that the only thing that I have to do is move everything away from the pinned area, now I can do it from every position. So for example, if I lay on my back, it's the same idea. If I just hip in with my hip, nothing will happen. But if I scoot away and I pinch my knees on his knee, now I can do the same thing. I can just start to back here and push my knees forward. Okay, same idea. We can test it right here. Okay, so if you guys are bad at finishing with the lower body, just take it out and then you can actually see if you can finish your partner or not, because you will see physically how far the leg moves. And now you understand the breaking mechanics between the upper body and the lower body. And if you think about this, I may be teaching a footlock right now, but I'm just pretending to teach a footlock. I'm teaching you jiu-jitsu because the principle is everywhere the same. So for example, if I get Bernardo in an armbar, can you just lay down? Perfect. The biggest problems that occur is movement, that I can't really pin the area that is my biggest enemy. In this case, his shoulder, okay? The arm comes from the shoulder. So it doesn't matter which configuration you have. It's not about the configuration, it's not about the move. It's about, can I pin down his shoulder line? And if I can, he can't move. Let me show you how. Even if I would have the perfect armbar, okay? I have it extended, I have a very good configuration or so on, but now Bernardo can still move. And if he can move, it will be very hard for me to actually pin him down and finish it. So, if I use the same concept now, of just using my legs instead of my upper body, I will do two things. I can make his hand or his arm travel further away with my legs, and number two, I will pin his shoulder line. So look, the only thing that I do is I position his elbow somewhere on my knee line, okay? And now I squeeze it together and back here. So I push my knee slightly forward. It's the same idea, you see? I make it travel. So now if Bernardo tries to move, I will let go a bit more. If he now tries to move,
yeah, I'm stuck. So what exactly you're doing here that created all this difference?
Yeah, so what I do is I pin down the shoulder line by back heeling and bridging forward. I can explain this mechanic with the lower body, but what you will see, I distribute my whole weight into your shoulder line. And not only that, I make your arm travel away from the pinned area. Right here it's not pinned, right? Usually what I would do, I would pin it somewhere, and now I would try to extend my legs away. So these two things are the things that I do. And you see, I'm not really looking at which configuration will I use. I'm looking at, can I pin down your shoulder line? And can I make your arm travel away from the pinned area, in this case, your wrist?
Good, man, that's super interesting. No, super interesting. So you're not thinking so much about the technique, you're thinking more about the goal of the technique kind of thing.
Yeah, it's more or less, what do I want to achieve with you? It's not how do I want to...
In this scenario, the armbar scenario, how did you figure that the shoulder line is the thing that you want to achieve?
So
how did you get to that conclusion? Because I'm trying to think as the audience is probably thinking, like, the goal is the elbow.
Yeah.
So how you were able to rationalize that, no, more important than the elbow is the shoulder line. So how?
So I always look at where is your limb coming out from, or where is the attacking area that I want to unweight coming from. Your head is coming from the shoulder line. Your hands are coming from the shoulder line. Your legs are coming from the hip line. So if I want to kill your legs, I will probably not kill your shoulder line all the time. I can do it, I will show it in another video, but I will rather go to the hips, because if I can pin your hips, what can you do with your legs? Nothing, right?
Okay.
So this is my idea. Where is it coming from? Where's the position where you can actually generate power? And it's not the leg, it's the hip. You can probably...
that's interesting.
You can probably deadlift way more than you can extend.
My favorite guard pass in Jiu-Jitsu, the over-under, is all about blocking the hip.
Exactly. So this is what I try to explain to people, and we will talk about this in another video of passing. It's not about the technique. Like, for example, you are very good at over-under passing. I bet you showed it to a lot of people. Some people could adapt it, some people didn't adapt it. But if you will tell them, pin down the shoulder line, some people will do it differently. You just need to provide them with the right information. And then you will see people body lock passing, pinning the hip line. You will see them over-under passing, pinning the hip line. You will see them double under passing, pinning the hip line. You will see them chest-to-chest half-guard passing, pinning the hip line.
There you go. Man, it's super interesting. And I love to see like people approaching Jiu-Jitsu with new concepts and new ideas, because I think like the Jiu-Jitsu is still like a uncharted territory kind of thing. Like it's still pretty new. Like you see, like you are a new generation of Jiu-Jitsu practitioners that you choose to become a coach. Years before, this was not an option. You have to become an athlete and then become a coach.
Yeah.
And now Jiu-Jitsu is growing and developing so much that opens up these opportunities where, like, no, I want to focus on my coaching career. And I don't feel I need to be a professional athlete in order to be the coach. So this is, I really admire how much Jiu-Jitsu is growing and going. And you're part of this, like you're taking this different approach than anywhere else. You know?
Thank you. But even me, I tried to be an athlete. Just the universe gave me a lot of problems in pursuing my career as an athlete, and every time I tried to compete, I got injured. Right.
I get it.
So the universe pretty much told me, stick to coaching, do coaching, and then I was also pretty lucky. To meet people like Joseph Chen that asked me to help him for this specific camp at ADCC trials, to know people from the B team that were believing in me, to know people like Owen Jones, one of the best 66ers, in my opinion, the best 66er in the world, and so on. So even when I started this, I think it was only coming up, right? There was only one real coach that was a coach from the beginning, and I would say it's John Danaher.
Yep.
And without people like you, John, Gordon, I wouldn't be here. So I want to say also thank you to BJJ Fanatics, because the thing that I did when I was injured was just watching BJJ Fanatics every day. For 2 years, I was watching every instructional, memorizing it, thinking about the systems, and this is what led me to the conclusions where I am today. So because of you guys, the progress happened.
There you go. No, man, really appreciate that. And and guys, this technique that Dima showed here today, he has an entire instruction all about that, which is the P.E.D. footlock, right?
Yeah.
And it's at bjjfanatics.com. Make sure to check that out. As you guys can see, has a lot of knowledge and a very simple way to explain the moves. Also in a different way, because you're teaching them the concepts. You're not teaching the technique. You're giving them the overall idea with the technique kind of thing. Like,
so what I like to do, I show techniques. I show techniques around it, but I try to rather make it about the concept and the skill that I want to achieve. Because I think jiu-jitsu is all about skills. People with skills are winning, not with techniques necessarily, but the techniques are coming out of the skills.
There you go. No, man, that's awesome. Make sure to check it out, guys, and thanks so much, Dima. Appreciate it. Please help me out to grow my YouTube channel. Just click subscribe. And to watch more videos, just click under see more videos. I hope you enjoyed.
BJJFanatics.com. Use the promo code YouTubeFaria to get 10% off any instructional video. Improve your jiu-jitsu faster.